Okay. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So, we have very less number of participants in today's meeting. So, first we will be discussing the designs of people who have joined the meeting. Right. So, let's start with Ankita.
Okay.
Is it visible? Hello.
Not yet, but हो जाएगा.
Your screen sharing is paused. So, can you see the poster now?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Cool. So, this poster is submitted by Ankita. So she said that she's sorry for making it too simple. Right, Ankita?
Yes.
So, first of all, there isn't anything as simple or complex, okay? When we make a poster, our purpose is to communicate what we are trying to say to the end user or whoever will be seeing the poster. So it's fine if you want to make it simple or complex, it's up to you, right? So never be sorry for making a simple poster,
Okay.
right? Edit and create, draw. So first thing is this heading, right? You put a white border. It's good that you try using the border, but this heading, thanking our heroes, this should have been a little bit lower, right? You always need to leave the space between the border or the edge of the poster and the heading. The most important part in the design is the white space or the blank space, which you do not use. It plays a major role in communication. Two people are joining. Cool. Right. Second thing is, whenever you make a simple poster like this one, there's a doctor and then there are winds that yes, the doctor is a superhero. So how do you make it attractive? For that, you have to focus on the typography. Just a minute. Right, because the picture or the illustration is very simple. So how do you make it look attractive, like that the user should see it? So that is why you have to focus on the typography. So first rule of typography is, whenever you are confused about choosing the alignment of the text, you should always go with the left aligned text, because that is the default in our English language, right? We always read from left to right. Never try to use the center text or the right aligned text if you are unsure. Whenever you are unsure, try to use left align. And if you are a beginner, you should use left align most.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So what we could do, as you couldn't share the editable link or Photoshop file, so what you could do is, maybe you could have written this thank you word with a red color so that it is highlighted, right?
Yes. Okay.
Then this COVID-19 could also have been a red or something else color. You could increase this its font size as well so that it stands out, because thank you is the main message which you are trying to convey, right? So keeping it in a
Yes.
different color and a larger than the normal size, it would stand out and convey your message more clearly, right? Also for the heading, you have used all caps. So it is a psychological fact that human eye has a difficulty reading an all caps text, because you see, if you just a minute, I can't zoom while drawing. So if you see what an all caps text does is, like, you can see an imaginary line, like this whole thing is a box and all the letters are of same height. Whereas in the normal text, they have different heights. So due to this difference in heights, our eye is easily able to understand the text. Whereas when you do it all caps, it has a little bit of difficulty while understanding the text. So whether it's a heading, whether it's the normal text, first try to keep it in small case. If you think that you really need to highlight it or it has some special importance, maybe then you can think about making it in all caps. Okay,
Okay, okay.
cool. So this was your next poster. Virus, I can break the chain, maintain social distance, right? So like this virus thing which you have written in all caps, this is fine because it is a single word. Second, as Sandeep has already like pointed out that I should not be there. You send the correct one as well. I like downloaded it earlier, so I don't have the correct version right now. And here it should be a single dash. Like at first sight, when I saw this poster, this looked like a T for table to me. Like there is a stencil font, so in that if you write T, it appears just like that. Because as soon as I saw the poster, because this area is yellow and yellow like just attracts the eye. So at first I saw this, and as soon as I saw this, I saw it as a T. But then I thought, yes, it's a quotation mark, it is a I.
Okay, okay.
Right? Second thing again, like this is too much of space. In previous one, you didn't leave any space, and then this one, there's too much space, right?
Yes, okay.
The use of color yellow is good because like this is the main part of your poster which you're trying to convey, that I can break the chain. Also, you could do one thing, like you could have removed you as well. So I and you can break the chain, right?
Yes, okay, okay.
Next part is like this again. This has no distance, like this maintain a social distance, and this yellow banner, they have no distance in between. Like if you could increase this size and make it a little bit towards up, and then this banner could have also been a shift little bit upwards, then the size of this text would have also been increased. And last thing which I would like to tell you is that this picture doesn't actually convey what you are trying to convey, right? So
Okay,
always use illustrations and pictures which are matching to your theme, or like what matching to your content or matching to your communication. Do you have any questions?
No, not right now.
Okay, so just a minute. Who do we have next on the list? Let me check. Stop share. Next is Anmol Chaudhary. And right now we have 9 participants. That's cool. So Anmol has sent the PSD file as well. Let me open it. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes.
So Anmol is our graphic designer in IEEE student branch. He has a little bit of experience as well with Photoshop. So let us see what he has done. Chats. Is someone trying to join? No. Right. So first of all, Anmol, just a minute. Right, Sandeep, which file are you talking about?
One before.
Sorry.
The previous one. Hello.
Hello.
The previous one, virus one.
Virus one. Just a minute. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. So I just want to point out like you could have made a better poster out of this by keeping the virus in the middle of those three people, and so that let those three people become the I, and we are separated, so we can break the chain like that. So that could have been a better representation. This is rather too plain, but it would have it. Yeah, so that's what I want to share.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool. Sandeep, I just want to say one thing, like right now we are focusing on their fundamentals, right? So this creativity thing then like that they can learn bit by bit, like how to place, like how to be more creative, how to show their like what they want to convey. First focus on the fundamentals. Is that cool?
Yeah, I just pointed out that so that with the fundamentals, if they can add something innovative or creative design, let this be in their mind and do the changes accordingly. That's it. That's all.
Cool, cool. So coming on to this poster made by Anmol. Anmol, the first thing which I noticed was, what is this? Like, why is it a curve here and not in any of the corner? Like, this doesn't even signify anything. Can you open your mic and speak something?
Actually, it doesn't have any significance.
Like, I just want to know, why did you add it?
I didn't have any reason.
No reason. Okay, okay, no problem. So this is a lesson for everyone. Like, do not use anything without any reason. Whatever you use in your poster or your creative, it should have a reason. Like, you should be able to justify it, that why did you use that particular thing, right? Next thing is, this is too much of space, then this, and then this has very little of space, right, Anmol? Font choice is good, and also like
Mhm.
beat corona and stay quarantined. Maybe it could have been stay quarantined and beat corona. I guess that makes more sense,
Okay, yes.
right? So you have
Mhm.
also tried to keep it simple. That's good. Like frankly speaking, I don't expect hi-fi posters from you guys right now. The number of posters which I received, like I wasn't expecting this much, like this of a good response from you guys. Like I thought maybe 4 or 5 students would only send, but I'm really impressed by you people. Like you have sent so much posters. So font choice is good. You have tried to differentiate with the colors, be it Corona, white, and then red. This is also good. Like this picture of the virus, neither is
Yes.
it like it's in the middle, I guess. Like if you have used it, you should have tried to make it a little bit more conspicuous so that like yes, the user can see. Because like it's fine, like it appears to me as a like simple circle, which is something like it doesn't actually look like a virus, I think. Good part is that you have made your layers in groups, like you have images, center text. This is good that you use groups because many of the designers do not use groups. And I'm telling you, that's the most frustrating part because when you send your design to someone else and he sees the layers named as ellipse 1, ellipse 2, ellipse 3, square 1, square 2, square 3, text 1, text 2, text 3, like you just can't imagine what sort of headache we have, right?
Yeah, that's a main thing I think. Like most of the designers, if they even do good designs, but they don't implement grouping and stuff. Cause I find it really easy. It's like if this is a contact, if there's a contact like email, phone number, and website, group it together and it will be easy to find ways to contact. Yeah, this is the contact, rather than having something like if the website is written out or some social media link is written out, uh, and the text will appear as such if you didn't edit it. So that will be a heck a lot of pain to find out where it is lying, especially if you are using GIFs and
Absolutely.
graphics.
Absolutely. Even if you revisit your design sometimes later, like 1 month, like after 1 month, maybe you need to make a similar poster. You yourself will find it easy that yes, I had made groups in the past, so I can have its benefit. Otherwise, you will only curse yourself sometimes, right? So next is this again. This sorry, these lines also. I don't think like they could have been avoided, or you could have used a full border. And the font choice of stay home, that's very casual. We will be having a special session on typography, like full session on typography only. At that time I'll be telling you like, as you are a beginner right now, try to use only one font in whole of your poster. Balance it with bold, italic, regular, semi bold kind of thing, but try to use one font because font choices, like to pair two fonts, that's not an easy job. If you want a like design tip, I would say pair Baba's New and Montserrat. Like leave it, like we will discuss it later, no worries. So you could have made it.
The line part, I don't think there's any problem. It just adds a different graphic element, and it's good. Okay, I didn't feel anything wrong in it, but I felt that arch is really unimportant or not necessary.
Yes.
And by the way, the guys, the people who are online now, I shared a link on Coursera, like graphic design for non-designers. I have sorry, I too have completed it except for the last chapter. The course is really simple. It takes you the very basics. Just short videos, like 5 or 7 minute videos, and it's really informative, really short.
Sandeep, your voice is breaking.
I recommend everyone to watch it, and if possible, try to get the certification of it. It's really simple. I think it's free. I don't know. I I attending the course through college special association. Uh, it has a different topics, basic principles of design, uh, typography, color theory, and print medium. I recommend everyone go through it, and if possible, do the quiz and assignments. It's really helpful. It gives you the real basics, and the further upon that, the classes like this or any discussion will be done. I think that will be more helpful.
Great. Everyone can try that Coursera course, right? So next we have Deepanshu on the list. Anmol, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. So this is the first PSG file which Deepanshu shared. Like you can see, like, right? Layer 18, layer 17, 16, 11, 10, 7, 6, 5, 13.
Actually, I don't know how to group them.
Control G.
Okay, Control G.
Yeah, select the layers which you want to group and press Control G. Like let me show you. Like this, what is this? This is a small speck of virus here. So, and this is here and this is here. So like these three virus are in the window, right? So you just select the three layers, press Control G, group one, you rename it as viruses inside home, right?
Okay.
So now you can see like this group, what effect does this group have if I like make it visible or not visible. Second thing I would want to say to you is like this is a single graphic which you used. This whole thing, coronavirus outside, the windows, the lady, the sofa,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
So this is a very difficult choice, I must say, because this doesn't give you any control, right?
एक्चुअली मेरे को इंटरनेट पे कोई मैचिंग पिक्चर्स नहीं मिल रही थी, तो ये मेरे को बेटर लगी इसलिए मैंने ली.
Okay, no problem. So first of all, like you guys don't have a logo right now, right? Because without a logo to make a creative, it like it becomes difficult sometimes because you have to fill the space, the corners, which I like. For me it is really very difficult unless you are doing an image manipulation, that's fine. Next I would want to say is Vanshu, you could have made this a smart object perhaps. Like your message is stay safe, coronavirus outside, but I don't see, like, because you have used a very simple, like this is also an image if you see this house.
Yeah.
So this doesn't give you much control over your graphic.
Yeah.
I understand you're a beginner in the Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
So what you could do is use a rectangle tool, right? And then make your home yourself perhaps.
Good images, vectors, or graphic content, you can go and visit FreePic, FREEP graphic, and there are but for a day download 3 graphic content, and if you want more after signing in, you will get about 10 graphic contents. Like if you sign in with your email, you could get graphic contents for free for a day. And the limit will be removed for the next day onwards. Like that. It's a good website, and I recommend.
Also, Deepanshu, if you see, like this is a kind of vector image, if you see, and it has more like of kind of pure colors.
What's vector image?
Okay, okay. So you guys are beginners, right? There are two kind of images. One is rasterized and one is vector. Rasterized means it is made up of pixels, right? But when I zoom into this, you see, these are made of pixels. You can see each pixel has its color, and whole image is made up of such kind of pixels. A vector is it's not an image, it's basically a path made up of mathematical calculations. So when you scale it, when you make it big or when you make it small, it doesn't lose its quality. If this image which you have used, I just zoom it in, right? You see, this is lost its quality. Had it been a vector and I would have been using Adobe Illustrator, it would have not lost its quality. So Photoshop is used for making images rasterized. Whereas if you want to work with vectors, you can use Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW.
Okay.
So while designing uh, s- graphic content like logos and all, it's recommended to do design on Illustrator. So it's like softwares. It's a it's on vector based algorithm.
Akshay, what did you do just now?
First, I had zoomed in the photo to show you guys like that it gets pixelated. Then I just press the Control Z command to undo.
No, I thought you repaired a part of image. Okay.
No, no. Sandeep, would you like to comment on the creativity, anything? Like I can't see if I could add something. Like maybe this stay safe could have been outside the house. These viruses could have been removed if I just delete them to highlight the heading that we are asking the user to stay safe in his house. And then maybe we could left align it. And then we can just, okay. Font again, like, see, you all are beginners. You should try to use same font and keep that font simple. Let it be Helvetica. That is the most standard font used across the industry. This is the spelling. You guys can note it down. I will send in the group as well. Okay.
Akshay, can you type two text in serif and sans serif font?
I was thinking, right, let us have a different session on typography only. Maybe we can discuss in that time.
Yeah, yeah, but just a small introduction. Yeah. So guys, you can see the top one. This is serif. That is uh, a type of font families that have that. You could see that there's a foot or a pointy edges in the ending, starting and ending. Right. See the I and the S. That it has a foot or what do you say, extra feet or something. So that is called serif. Something serif is called foot in French, I think, French or uh, Dutch. And sans serif means without foot. Sans means without. So these two are the basic font families. So I recommend use sans serif like font for graphic design and web content. Like if you're gonna post it on web, it's better to use sans serif, or basically use sans serif almost everywhere. Serif is used for any reading materials, like if you are creating a book or authoring a book. Uh, Sans serif is used as a heading and serif is used as a body text. So
Uh,
sans serif is better used in the graphic. So you could search like product sans, open sans. Just search sans serif fonts and try to work on with that. So and the type of font used originally used in this work is decorative type font. That is only good for main headings, but generally use sans serif font because that is the safest thing to do in graphic design.
but I think the spacing between the two
And
alphabets in sans serif is too much.
That is optional.
kerning, leading, there's a lot of different.
Sandeep, your voice is breaking. Hello.
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 Hello, can you hear?
Yes.
I don't know, something happened and got close. So Akshay, just like Akshay told, the a session on typography will be covered in a different session. So and about the comments of the graphic design of the work made, as a beginner or as you're just doing some basic like a child who's doing his initial work on a paint or something. As a beginner graphic design, I too was on the same field, and so it's not a problem. But just to evaluate yourself, is this a good graphic design or is it good enough to be presented? Just think and just adjust accordingly. It's okay that you are a beginner, it's not problem, but I think, is it good this way or could you make it better? Don't overwhelm it by adding too much of graphic content. Keep it simple. So if you want background, you could go and search for things like texture or pattern. A lot of texture and pattern is available in free pick. So you could keep it. So there will be something like bacteria background or virus background. Just search it and adjust accordingly in the graphic design. Some things like designed by free pick, there will be some mention in the bottom most that can be easily removed through Illustrator. But since if you can't, if you don't know Illustrator, or if you find it difficult, or for the sake of simplicity,
Sandeep.
image Photoshop itself or any designing medium.
Sandeep, I really understand that, like, you are really excited to share your learnings, but let us just keep it to the agenda. Let us first finish the posters, right?
Yeah. I'm just telling some few points that like you could just search something like patterns and that could be set as background. So other than manually placing it for beginners, it would be better to net.
Right. Moving on to next design, this has been made by Mayank. So again, there is no
अच्छा
space.
अक्षय
Yes, Deepanshu?
मेरा एक सेकंड पोस्टर भी था.
हाँ, बट फोटोशॉप फाइल्स इस टाइम पे यही है, तो मैं इस टाइम पहले फोटोशॉप का कर देता हूँ ना पहले.
Okay, no problem.
So Mayank, like this is all for all of you guys. Whenever you try to like import a graphic from internet, just try that it is a PNG. Like this is a PNG, but this is a like JPG. It has its own background. So either you could have done that the whole background of the poster could have been this purple color, so that it could have blend in. Like maybe if we just keep it here and if we make it here, be alt this thing, right? This looks better, I guess. What do you say?
Uh,
Yes.
the old layout was good actually. Like we could have just showed like you can see a perspective view of a road, right? There is a perspective view, right? So you could have it could have made like a perspective view, like outside that people are getting affected uh, and people are getting people are dying due to corona like that. So that could have been a better usage was that, but mostly there was too white space. That's
Also, Mayank, again, that typography part, like, these kinds of stylish font. Everyone liked these kinds of font when we were in fourth or fifth class. We used to make PowerPoint presentations. But in actual graphic design, like unless you are very much experienced and you want to make something creative or out of the box, it is not recommended to use such kinds of fonts. Maybe you could do what you could do is use this kind of font in a single word to highlight it, but not for the whole line.
yeah, like headings or the event name or something.
Right. Also, this poster
Okay.
doesn't have any heading. Maybe it's a slogan kind of thing. Your one attempt to leave your house for passing time, but like this looks vague. What also what is this blue doodle kind of thing? Like what is this?
Actually, I removed the background of this image using the background eraser tool, and some parts were missing out. So I blended them with a blue color paintbrush to merge
Okay,
them with the background color.
okay. So for all those people who are using Photoshop, I would like to tell you this thing, right? Like this is the thing which he was trying to do, but like when I change the background color, it is seen we are seeing that blue color. So what he could do, he could use a layer mask. Layer mask is a amazing feature of Photoshop, I would say. It allows you to edit photos without like having the undo effect. So if I so what this layer mask does, you have this actual layer, this layer, and I apply a layer mask to it. So when I will paint black on the layer mask, my color selected is black. When I paint black on the layer mask, it doesn't show me that part of the layer. like the layer was the image. When I paint black on the layer mask, it doesn't show me the image. When I change my color to white and I paint on the image, I can see the image. So it's like a curtain kind of thing. Black is the curtain, white is the opener. When you paint black, you can't see that part. When you paint white, you can see the part. By default, the layer mask is made white, right? If I do it black, so if we could do, right? So what this does is, suppose you had something in this image, like there was some kind of virus or whatever it could have been there. You want to try and test it, whether it looks good or it doesn't. So what you do is you put on a layer mask, you paint that virus black. So it is gone from there. You can test it then. And when you want it back, you can just paint white or you can just disable the layer mask and it will appear. We will talk more about this on our tutorial in Photoshop. Then I will be telling you more about this. But right now, it could help you in your next project.
So how could we change the background color blue from in between the small portion of the images?
Can you please repeat?
The small portions which are still blue, how can we change that? Using which tool we can do that?
You can use the layer mask only. I didn't do that. You can just zoom in and paint black there. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll be covering detailed Photoshop. Next up is Prerna. So Prerna sent on Canva, right?
Yes.
Ankita, share. Yeah. So this one has been sent by Prerna. So its heading is ways to take care of mental health during the corona crisis. First review is that if you're talking about mental health, like I can't see any image or illustration related to mental health. You have put images related to hand washing, like mask, sneezing, but that is nowhere related to the mental health. So try to use illustrations related to your topic.
Okay.
Next again is the spacing, like India fights corona is on the edge of the poster. I have edited this poster, I will show you. Again, this is a PNG and this is a JPG, like it has a white background. I understand you use Canva, but still, like if you are using Canva, make a simple Google search like coronavirus or simple virus PNG. You get that PNG, copy it, and then paste it in Canva. It works. It works very well. It is not
Okay.
necessary that you have to pick the images from Canva only. You can
This
import other
picture
images as well.
I took it from Google only, but not this is not PNG. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, cool. And the different use of colors. It is not at all recommended.
Okay.
Also, the alignment, like these two have center alignment. They should have been left aligned because you are making the
Yes.
bullets on left, right? So let me
Hmm.
just open your design on Canva. I have already edited it. Let me share the screen. Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. We should play safe if we don't know by keeping it left alignment. The reason is that uh, if you take a book or just take any text, it's natural that we read from left to right, right? So basically, if we keep everything left aligned, it will be very easy for us to follow those lines and read the content. But at the same time, if you keep it centered aligned, it will be really difficult, and it will make a headache sometimes. I don't know.
So see what I did, I
Okay.
replaced your virus image with a PNG one. So it looks more compliant with the left image, which is already a PNG.
Yes.
And to avoid the use of different colors, what I did, use a single color to highlight the important part in each of the bullet point.
Okay.
And all these are left aligned now. And have equal spacing within, like between each of the lines. Yours had some little bit of uneven spacing also. Right. Also, this India First Prerna is in, like, you see this kind of spacing, like it is in alignment with the top of that. Also, I use a
Okay.
image which is more related to something of mental kind of thing, like that, mental health, right?
Yes.
So do you have any
Uh,
questions?
No, it's clear.
like if you are, if anyone
I
is
want
trying
to.
to buy,
Let Prerna speak first.
yeah, continue.
I thought that ki mental health mein, if I put that physical wali image hand wash, that would be a concern. But I thought it that way कि like दोनों चीजों की awareness हो जाएगी, which is actually wrong. I realize. So thank you.
Sandeep, you were saying something.
Continue. Yeah, it's nothing really big, but if anyone is trying to buy the original software, uh, there's an company called Serif that is producing a software very similar to Photoshop, but it costs way more, way less than Photoshop. It's like currently they have some offer like 50% off, and you will get a those Affinity Photo. Software is called Affinity Photo just for 2,000 rupees. Compared to the Photoshop, it's a subscription plan, and the subscription plan itself costs a hell lot. And this is just one-time payment. So if anyone is trying to buy a legit copy of the software, you could go and check out Affinity Photo. I have left a link in the chat box. Uh, it's almost same as Photoshop, and it supports PST file extension. So yeah, go and check it out.
Okay, cool. So next is Sarthak. Sarthak, are you there?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Cool. So you have also not made groups,
Yes, I will make that.
and that is
Just came to know about that feature.
that is highly unexpected of you. Guys,
Design wise, it's good.
you can see, right? 6 steps, layer 6, layer 5, layer 4, layer 3, ellipse 1, ellipse 3. This is what happens. So Sarthak, what have you done is that this image is different and its circle is different. This is very cumbersome. You could have simply add a border to the image. That is more easy.
Okay.
Like you have used good contrast, like black, red. You have tried to highlight the part of the content which you want to convey. That's good. Also, these circles which you have made, like you could have made it in a little better way. Like I don't know why they are filled with the same background color. Could you explain how did you make these circles? I want to know.
I had literally made the circles with circle tool and then use circle and then crop the part with that. Like I had kept the bigger circle and then cut the smaller circle from that. Then the C part comes and then use the razor tool to give the shape of C.
Okay, that is good, but still you could have like made the fill null. You should have not filled the circle at least. That
Okay.
would have given you more freedom to work, right? And next is that, see, there is no space here
Borders.
on this left side, right?
Design wise is pretty good,
Yes,
but
design wise
yes,
it is good. This logo could have been
I
maybe a
don't think
little
there's
bit.
any bad one. It's a really good design for a beginner.
He's not a beginner, Sandeep. He has a little bit experience.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's why I'm talking more technical stuff to him. Right? Next time make
Oh,
layers
okay.
and try to keep your, like, you know, it matters how you make your design. It is fine that you made this C, but it also matters how you made that C.
Can you please tell me how are you saying to make me that C? As I'm not able to get that.
Like when you would have made the circle. Let me just show you. Like this is a circle and it is filled with black color, right?
Yes.
So I make it without any fill. Now it is not filled. Now I add a black border to it, right?
Yes.
So what you have done
And
is
now give the shape to that.
your circles are already filled. So when I move, you see some part is
Got,
getting visible or some is not because of the order of the layers.
yeah, got it now.
Cool. Also, this thing which I was saying, like this circle which you have made, if I just remove it and this photo, I just add a stroke to it, a black stroke. This is more easy, right? You can adjust it.
Got it.
You can
Actually, I wasn't aware of these features, so I can't even use them.
Yeah, so you should use them next time, right?
Sure.
Cool. So who is next on the list? Next is Sai Yashwant. You didn't send me the Illustrator file, bro. Are you there, Yashwant?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, cool. So this is your logo, right?
Actually, that is Edgeworth's company logo.
Okay. So
I'm doing designing for that company, so I send it you that.
okay, that's cool. That's cool. So first up is that this has a lot of shadow,
Yeah.
right? You should have decreased the distance of the shadow and also the opacity.
Okay.
So can you tell me, like, did you make this for the social media purpose?
They're uploading for I think some website purpose.
That's what I was thinking, bro. According to a website, it is fine because if you are posting this on social media, I would highly recommend that keep it in a square aspect ratio. Because these kind of widescreens thing, because you have so much of content, when you will post this on social media, it will be hardly like it will be difficult in viewing it,
Yeah.
right? So overall, this is good. You have keep the text left aligned. That is good. Maybe the font would be sans serif.
Hmm. I used OpenSense, I think.
So you picked the illustrations from FreePic only?
Yes.
Cool, perfect. Like everyone should check FreePic if they haven't till now. That's a fantastic website for any designer.
Can you repeat the name?
FREE free PIK pick freepic.com.
Okay.
For beginners, you can easily find the zip files. Zip files would have the JPG image which you can use in your project. And when you learn Illustrator on your journey, it will be more beneficial. What is quarantine? And also, like, this should have a space, social distancing, right? And try to keep these in one line. If you're not using a bullet, like, this is not the same line.
Basic idea layers.
Sorry? I
Hello?
Yeah.
Also, you could use different colors to highlight some of the important part, like at least 2 meters 6 feet. This could have been a different color to highlight this importance, as you saw in the previous posters as well, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, it's good, like simple and good. And next one. This is your second design. Again, the shadow is too much harsh. You could have kept it a little bit soft and reduced this distance. Services available during the 21 days period. Stay safe is hardly visible and out of alignment as well. And one thing which I would like to point is, like, illustrations are good, but you know, this kind of graphic which you have used to write services available, like this is something kind of an announcement, or like there's a sale, something like it depicts that thing. This could have been a little bit more subtle.
Okay.
Right? That's pretty much it I would like to say. Next we have Saumay is also here. Saumay also couldn't share the editable file or link, so we will have to be seeing the images. Saumay. So this has been made by Saumay for the National Service Scheme NSS. Coronavirus outbreaks. Maintain social distancing. Saumay, first of all, logo is not clearly visible. Are you there, Saumay? Hello. Hello. It looks like Saumay can't hear or maybe speak. Anyways, see, what I want to say is that, yeah, this graphic is extra. It could have been avoided. And maybe this poster has too much of colors. And when you use too much of colors, it depicts something like that. Yes, you are trying to make it something creative or attractive or something exciting. But the topic which we have at hand is a little bit more subtle. So you could have not used the pink color. Because pink color is not appropriate for such purposes. And this coronavirus outbreak, there's a very less space between the letters. And as I earlier told as well, that he has tried to keep it all caps, which is not recommended. First, you should try with normal, like title case. Next, global media reporting COVID-19 can lead to water crisis. Okay, so in this, I guess he has made the logo little bit extra bigger. He could have reduced its size, and this title could be shifted in two lines, like it is going all across, and here this border is tilted, having a white space. Also, the shadow in the title, this is reducing its effect. Like had there not been shadow, it could have been more easily readable. And again, he could have used, like for 20 seconds, you could have used red color or some other color to highlight it. Because unless you change the color or change the weight of the font, like make it bold, italic, something of that sort, no one is going to read your this long text, because people don't have much time today, right? Close your tabs, it can save 1,000 liters of water every day. So maybe he could have used an illustration of tap rather than that of an ocean. Also, there is very little space here. Had he shifted his to two lines, he could have easily got the space. Right. In this one, these kind of illustrations, you will find many on a free pick. These kind of vector illustrations are abundant on free pick, but these look good if you make the design modern. You know, rest of the things, they look a little bit like of traditional kind of design, but this looks modern, and because this is made in Illustrator and this is vector art. Also, this is a very little contrast. I cannot easily read the beat. It is matching with the background.
Design style also.
Colors should always be contrasting to your background so that the type is easily readable. And see the spelling of curfew, I guess this is wrong. And the font choice, again, it could have been a little bit more subtle. It is kind of handwriting style of font. And one more thing, like, yes, he could have used different kind of sizes for the font. He has kept the same font across the poster. That is a good thing. But the choice of font is not a good thing. He should have kept the size of PM Narendra Modi or still home. Maybe this would have been a little bit more smaller and there would have been more highlight on the date and the time of the curfew. And again, there is no space here, which makes it difficult to read. And surprisingly, all the text is all caps. If you yourself experience it, you would just, at first look, you would not want to read this text. But had it been in normal case, you might have been read it.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yes.
There's a sister website, I don't know, a related website to free pick, something called Flat Icon. In that, you could find icons like calendar, location, and social media like Facebook icon, Instagram icon. So there's a lots of icon that could be used in place of, like, on March 22nd, like you could have kept a calendar icon and placed March 22nd, and the time icon you could have kept a clock or something like that. So that will be more effective and users will catch that fast, like yeah, date, at time. We should remember this. These are really important. These things are really important. So those things will catch on really fast, rather than simply keeping the text. So it's very similar. I think it's same. It's by free pick company only, the main free pick company. You could find a lot of icons like that for free. It's available lot of different formats like uh, PNG, JPG, SVG, which can be used in web design also. So go and check free pick and flat icon too.
Cool. So this is the next poster made by Saumay. This looks good. Like he has used the contrast of red and black and white photos. But you see this photo right here, this one. Does this look an Indian photo to you? I don't think so. Like you won't find a man sitting on the side of the street playing guitar and having a cigarette. So try to use photos which are more relatable to your content. This looks good. This also looks fine, but this doesn't go. The rest it is good. This is the same. He has just changed the arrangement of the things. Feed the homeless to help wherever possible. Possible spelling. Guys, please don't make spelling mistakes in your posters. NSS requests you to. Oh my god. Please donate in every possible way. Please don't make kind of mistakes in your poster. Please, I request you. Saumya is not here. Yeah, this one. This one was sent by Tanishka. I edited this on Canva. Let me just share it with you. So she has used gradient in the background. This is a GIF of washing hands. Cover your mouth while sneezing. She has kept it simple. That is good. Let me just share the updated version which I made. So yeah, just a little bit more contrast in the color of the text and the background so that the text is easily readable. And I have replaced that GIF with the image only. And yeah, this is in one line, right? And this is in one line. As I am using this text on the right hand side of the page, I have kept it right aligned and it looks good. And this COVID-19, she has written it in 2 lines, but that is a one word and she hadn't used hyphen. One more person had sent a poster and he or she, I don't remember, has not used the hyphen between this COVID and 19. It is very important that you write the content correct. Whatever is being used these days, like whatever is legible, you write that only. Use correct spelling, use correct grammar. It's fine if you are a designer, but that is also an important part of your design. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Do you have any questions? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you guys have any questions or something you want extra to be discussed?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't understand the concept of layers.
Oh, okay. Maybe that we can cover in the tutorial of Photoshop.
All right.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
I'll just the more details will be taken in the layers session, but let me just simply tell what basically a layer is. Just consider you have some transparent plastic sheet or OHP sheet. So just keep that in mind, and that you have multiple sheets within your reach. Something just like a bundle of A4 sheets. Just like that, you have bundle of OHP or plastic transparent sheets. Just keep that in mind that this is a single paper is a layer. So if you add any graphic image or any picture and you paste it on it, it becomes it is a layer. Or you could just yeah, that becomes a layer. So another image you added, that will be on a different layer. You could merge that layer by sticking it on the same layer, or you could add it in different layers, so you have the flexibility to adjust and manipulate in uh, individually later on, which will be helpful. uh, so that is the basic concept. Like it's a just different multiple sheets of plastic. Just imagine it's like that. So each layer is just each sheet, and in each sheet you could keep any amount of images with the size of the layer as a constraint. So that's basically a layer, and that layer are really helpful and really useful stuff while designing. It could be made as a trace on, like you have a picture behind it and keep a blank layer on it. You could trace it. Then you could make your, like, if you have a profile photo and convert it. If you have this really good artistic skills, then you could convert it uh, through like art medium, cartoonish type feel, like that could be done by layers. And you could duplicate same kind of layer. So there are lots of functions you can do: overlay, subtract, divides. Like there's a lots of options. So this is basically a layers.
Right.
So Prerna, like this is a new Photoshop document, as Sandeep has already started the concept. So let me just share a practical example, right? So there is only one layer which is known as background as of now. This is the default layer that appears in the Photoshop document when you open a new document, right? And this is logged. So what I am doing is I am creating a new layer. Now this is layer 1. I choose my brush and I paint a circle, right?
Okay.
Now I change the color and I paint another circle.
Yes.
Like suppose I'm making a like bubble sort of background. So that's what I'm doing, right? I'm changing the colors and I'm making the bubbles. Now, suppose I want to write something. So I make a text. I'm just adding like so. Like suppose this is the text which I want to write anything, right? But now I see that this circle is hindering the visibility of this text here. Now, what if I want to move the circle? But when I move this, all of the circles are moving with it because they all are on single layer. They all are on layer 1. Now let us see another scenario. I create one layer. I go to my brush. I paint. I create another layer, another color, another layer, another color. Now when I want to move a circle, I can easily move it. This gives me control on the individual element, right?
Yes.
So this is just the basic example of what layers can do. Layers are highly useful.
Yeah, so what Akshay has done is like he made circles using a paintbrush or a pencil or whatever it be. So that is one way to make circles. Another way is to use the shape tool, and using shape tool rather than using brush.
Yeah.
Hello.
Guys, it's almost
Hello.
an hour that we are discussing. Let us just wind up the session now.
Okay.
I hope you guys got to learn something.
Yes.
So we will be having another session on probably Sunday, or it might be Saturday only. So if other people join who have made the poster, we will be reviewing those posters, or maybe we would be having a tutorial on the typography only. Like just before
Okay.
leaving, I want to show you one thing. Just a minute. So this is a poster which I created yesterday. First point, the font is same across the poster. There's only difference between bold, italic, and other things. The font is single font. Next, you can see that this X I have written in different font so that it shows like, because we are trying to debate something sort of creative, because we want our participants that they have to use their creativity. So I have made this X in a different font. Next is this deadline, which you would have seen at the first glance. Like at the first glance, you would have seen this deadline, 30th April. That's it. That fits into your mind because that is being highlighted with the purple color and with the white text. Next step is this reward thing. I just used a simple charcoal brush, painted it with yellow, and wrote this. And a simple rectangle at the right side just enhances this. Like had it not been there, it would have looked like something not important, or maybe something which is just written for the sake. And for the background, first I kept it white, but then I like it was disturbing me a little bit. So I used a simple doodle background and I've decreased its opacity to 5%. It was really dark, so I have used it at 5% opacity so that like it just looks that something is there in the background, but it gives a very mild effect to your eyes. Next thing, yes, this use of 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I could have easily written this each point in a single line, but like then it might not have been highlighted, and also I would have left a little bit more space in the poster and I had not anything else to write. So what I decided that let each of the point be in 2 lines and let 1, 2, 3, 4 be a little bit more big in size, because these are the 4 categories of the competition that we are trying to have. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. Hope you guys did something, learn something, and I'm really like happy that you came up with all of your posters. I wasn't expecting this number of posters. So next we will be having this session on Saturday or Sunday. Bye bye.
Thank you.